You need to hold at least 10 QNT, and in this video, I am going to be talking about why. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. So if we take a quick look at today's QNT, 10 QNT would cost you about roughly $753. Now, you might be questioning, all right, well, Nick, I don't see anything worth buying here on this chart. Like, this is what the chart looks like for QNT. And ultimately speaking, this chart looks incredible. It seems as though we have tremendous upside potential. And if we're looking at the overall landscape for DLT, blockchain and crypto adoption, regulations, what focus is put on crypto right now from the institutional side of things, it bolsters QNT's use case potential and value proposition even more. Okay, 10 Ethereum, just for an example, would cost you about $24,000 right now. 10 Bitcoin would cost you guys about $600,000. Think about how crazy that is. $600,000 for 10 Bitcoin. Now you might be saying, all right, Nick, why are you comparing QNT to Ethereum and Bitcoin? Well, really, we only have Ethereum and Bitcoin to go off of as two of the largest projects in this space at this current moment in time. And you know what's funny about this? Bitcoin has a market cap of roughly almost $1.2 trillion. Okay? Why is that significant? Well, because this is less than Apple. It's less than Microsoft and Nvidia and these big, TradFi stocks. And it's funny to me because a lot of these companies that have massive valuations are tapping into DLT. They're tapping into blockchain, crypto. They are interested in utilizing the technology. So we're talking about multi-trillion-dollar corporations that are now interested in this technology. But also, when I look at QNT, at a valuation of $909 million and versus its fully diluted market cap, which, by the way, this is what we should go off of. CoinMarketCap has not updated the circulating supply at all. So the full supply of QNT is already out there. So fully diluted market cap, roughly $1.1 billion. So just to put it into perspective, I mean, we have Ethereum over here at a market cap of $291 billion. QNT has a market cap of 1.1 billion. You can see the overall upside potential if QNT hits Ethereum's market cap at some point in the future. Not this cycle, but some point in the future. Now, why do I believe that it will? Well, let's address a few things. Let's talk about the recent appointment that Quant did announce, which is Lena Russ as CCO. So if we look at Lena Russ's background, we have over here that Quant, the digital finance pioneer, today announced the appointment of Lena Russ in the newly created role of CCO. She joins from Trade Tech, the leading private debt and trade finance marketplace, where she spent 3 years as chief revenue officer. That is a XDC-based project, which, by the way, Quant is working with XDC. They have them integrated into the Overledger platform. Now, down here, we have a few quotes, which is, I'm delighted to join the leadership team at Quant at what feels like something of a pivotal juncture. There is now strong momentum behind financial services firms pursuing the new revenue lines and reduced risk enabled by tokenized deposits, programmable payments, and digital assets. I'm incredibly excited to be joining a company that is at the forefront of this transition. Having already completed successful projects on the digital pound and the regulated liability network, Quant has a proven track record of developing innovative customized solutions across payments and capital markets. I'm really looking forward to helping our clients achieve the immense benefits of true digital finance. We also have a quote from the CEO at Quant. Lena combines knowledge of technological innovation and traditional finance with a pragmatic, customer-first commercial approach. This is exactly the type of expertise we need to help propel our clients to new heights by empowering financial institutions and enterprises to capitalize on the possibilities afforded by digital money and programmable digital assets. We're thrilled to have her on board. And by the way, Prior to working at Trade Tech, she was global SVP commercial at technology firm Polcat and spent more than a decade heading up the enterprise group at Nice Symmetrics. So again, substantial background here. But outside of this, we have uncover the challenges and opportunities in blockchain payments, how blockchain can change payments, and why is it so hard. Now, in this, we have a major lineup. Again, Quant is there with their chief product officer, and this is at the European Blockchain Convention. We have 3 other individuals here. Policy advisor at the Bank of England. We have another major bank here, and then also Wirecoin. Very interesting. Over here, in terms of this event, this is a major convention, September 25th through the 26th. We can see some background stats behind this. This is like a very substantial event, by the way. But what's funny about this is look at some of the speakers here. Major TradFi players, major Web3 players as well. MasterCard's going to be there, Aberdeen, Bitwise. The list just goes on and on here. The Bank of England is definitely one that I'm focused on here, especially with how big Quant is with the Bank of England. But some very substantial players here. And again, it goes on and on. You guys can check this out if you want to, but a very substantial event regardless. Now, also over here, we have the full agenda. It's very significant, but the only thing that I'm really kind of looking at here when it comes to all this is obviously the full focus is tokenization, the future of, payments, digital transformation, all that kind of stuff. But the only thing that I'm really kind of looking at here is what Quant is doing. And it's more so based around what they're doing with the Bank of England. And when I look at this, right, it takes me all the way back to June of 2023 when we got the announcement from Gilbert Verdian regarding Quant working with the BIS and the Bank of England on Project Rosalind, a project designing and implementing a CBDC API and platform testing use cases for CBDCs with financial service participants. Now, why is this very interesting? Well, because we're now starting to see infrastructure being created around the banking sector to embrace these new technologies, embrace tokenization as a whole, and this is all for scale. If we look into a few things around this, number one, look at all of the names tied to Project Rosalind. We're not just talking about all of these major central banks. We're talking about Amazon, Barclays, IDEMIA, MasterCard. The list goes on and on and on. Stripe, these are major TradFi players. Visa, Google, Thales, Worldline. Guys, very substantial. And when we think about all of these participants, this is preparing the TradFi and the Web2 world for innovation. And it seems as though Quant is a very significant player and enabler of this. In fact, here are the lessons from Project Rosalind. Quant worked on the UK's retail central bank digital currency experiment with the Bank for International Settlements, and this was the overall use case value of it. We have the central bank ledger layer, the ledger API layer, the core API layer, and also the service provider layer. Feasible, flexible, future-proof, beneficial. Combining the benefits of DLT, the functionality of a CBDC, and the needs of private companies is possible. API functionalities could support a diverse range of use cases and support innovation in products and services. A well-designed CBDC could help meet the future needs of users in a more digital economy. The CBDC can enable the automation of cumbersome payments and the detection of fraud early on, and the implementation of logic into money that lowers risk, reduces processing time, and fosters collaboration. The key thing to take from this slide is infrastructure. This is literally infrastructure for central banks to allow DLT, blockchain-based payments, blockchain-based tokenization, all of that to become a reality. And even over here, we have the core API layer. We have the central bank ledger layer, the API layer, all of that kind of stuff being broken down here. Quant Overledger fits the ledger API layer, which is enabling DLTs, CBDCs, all of that. And also over here, platform to integrate and test payments and banking applications. That's the crucial thing here. This is for commercial banks, institutions, fintechs, PIPs, but mainly this is based around banking applications. So think about that. Banks providing applications through the API plug and play technology that Quant is providing. This is where we start to see mass adoption of DLT. This is where we start to see massive amounts of scalable use cases being pushed through Overledger. I mean, the demand here, the significance of all of this is so crucial. It kind of takes me back to that post by Quant over on LinkedIn, which we have on January 18th. Our founder and CEO, Gilbert Verdian, will be addressing the Investment Association's members on the future of digital money and the potential it, combined with the fund tokenization, holds to deliver efficiency improvements, risk mitigation, and access to new sources of liquidity for the UK's asset management sector. When we think about that and we look at the background behind the Investment Association, 8.8 trillion pounds on behalf of savers and investors. These are massive TradFi players, and Quant is tapped in on all of them because what we are moving towards is a digital economy. Even over here, the Digital Pound Foundation is preparing for offline CBDCs, making CBDCs work for offline payments with Quant. All of this is tapped in through the BIS. The BIS has been looking into, making offline payments with CBDCs a possibility. And now Quant is an enabler of that. When we look at what's happening here, guys, Quant is a big piece of the financial system that's becoming a reality through DLT and blockchain. This is the new financial system. This is the Finternet. Now, this is why I say you should hold 10 QNT. Because if we're looking at 10 QNT being worth $750 today, all right, people might say, no way QNT gets to $60,000 like Bitcoin. Well, why is Bitcoin valued at this $60,000, value? Well, it's because of the retail network effect. Retail buying it, institutions buying it. Bitcoin has been the number one project in this space forever. If we think about that, okay, if we're looking at Quant being an enabler, an accelerator around this new financial system, essentially, and if we're thinking about QNT being so big, it is a big puzzle piece around this. Okay, what value should QNT actually have? If Quant is literally enabling banking applications, it's bridging the gap between banks and DLT and blockchain and crypto, and it's already working with the BIS, the Bank of England. What value could we see QNT having in the future? Is $1 trillion as a market cap for QNT crazy? I don't think it is. That's why I want everyone to stop thinking short term. Stop thinking midterm. Think long term. What's happening right now? We are witnessing the evolution of money. We are witnessing the evolution of banking. We are witnessing the evolution of central banking. All of this is through players like Quant and the technology that they provide. This is why I strongly believe that, 10 QNT today, we'll look back on 10 QNT today, valued at $750 in 5-10 years, and we'll say, wow, I wish I can go back to that time. Because I do think that's going to be a very similar case to, Bitcoin or even Ethereum. I mean, technically Ethereum, a lot of people wish that they can go back to 2019, 2020. But I want you guys to understand that QNT, I feel as though QNT is going to be one of the biggest projects in this space, bigger than Ethereum, bigger than Bitcoin. Because you got to remember, in a utility-based, world of crypto, Ethereum and Bitcoin cease to be in the top 5. They cease to be in the top 5 because of their lack of scalability, the lack of viability around, financial use cases. And this is why I look at what Quant is doing, what Quant is building, what Quant is becoming, and I just cannot see QNT not valued at least a $500 billion market cap. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because of more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.